Hi guys, I hope mko poa. Hata mimi niko poa pia. Uh, Today I'm talking about Wababa. Wababa, 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 Wababa. Uh, so, um, there has been a great issue nowadays or in the current day. We as young men are facing various challenges uh, when we are seeking to have a girl in our lives. Um, so not only is there the issue of I don't know, the empowerment of women and the inferiority of men, but now we have got this other case whereby Wababa, we are, what do you say, we as young men are competing for women with Wababa. Men who have got their own wives and their own houses, their own families, but then are competing with us for our young ladies, right? So you find that uh, for a young man who is building themselves, it is a challenge probably, or it is a task having uh, finances or cash or provision, right? So it's a struggle to accumulate the wealth, right? But then you see, on the other hand, for the woman, it is quite easy in the current day to acquire employment, to acquire finances and credit for themselves to build themselves, right? So they can do that effortlessly, if we could say that. Not only that, but you find that nowadays women cheat with wababa or older men, right? So the woman, whenever the women or the woman or the ladies want something or need something, they don't have they need cash. They just go and hang out with Obaba, and we young men are left there wondering where are our ladies, why our ladies are rejecting us and are not wanting to be with us. Well, they are saying we are broke, we don't have enough, right, to keep them. So the issue Wababa, oh my goodness, it's a great one. I mean, it's an issue. So you find that if you're not competing with Obaba, on the other end, whereby there is lesbianism, because women do not want to live with men anymore because they are empowered. They don't want to be under feel under any other or under any man. So if you're not competing for a lady with another lesbian, right? You're competing for ladies with a barber. Oh my goodness. This is quite, it's an embarrassment in society, right? Because if you look at it, first of all, the children that are now growing up are have been left devoid of fathers, right? So you find that in the psychology of these young ladies, most often they may not be looking for lovers in these Wababas, but probably they are just trying to look for providers and fathers, father figures, right? But then, if okay, so probably, of course, a woman is sexual with entity, right? Probably. But even though these women approach the Wababas seductively, but it may not be the case psychologically. It could be a reaction to something else, right? That is lacking in their lives. But then Wababa, I want to blame it on Wababa. Because these older men, they are older, of course, they are wiser, they are more in age, right, to these young ladies who ought to be their daughters, who ought to be their children, right? Some are the same age as some of their children, right? So I feel like it ought to be the responsibility of the Wababas to instruct these young ladies, right, to pursue their age mates or age size young men, right? So you find that if Wababa are tolerating this seductiveness to them and end up sleeping with these young girls and giving them money, spoiling them, where are we left as young men, right? So we are left struggling or or wondering where our women, why are women rejecting us? Our women don't even have interest for us, right? So, as for Baba, it is upon them to show these young girls the way, right? To be as a father figure, right? To be fatherly to them and not condone the seductive behavior to them and tell them whatever you're doing is not right, but let me show you how the right way. So go and pursue a young man like you, right? An age mate like you, which is right, because I ought to be your father, right? So I don't think it is upon this lady. These are just young girls, right? And it is upon the fathers to teach the young girls the morals, right? So if the fathers are not present in the home, in the upbringing of the children, how do you blame the children then when they are devoid of good moral or do not or probably are affected in their psychology, right? And end up doing things as a result or in reaction to what is missing. So Wababa, Joe, Wababaz, please stop taking away our girls. And also the other issue whereby the boy child is crying so much. So you find that since there is this competition, right? Since there is no distinguishment of these are young girls, they belong to the young men, right? Or these are young girls, they are our children, they are age mates to our children as Wababas. So you find that the Wababas are fighting their own sons, fighting the younger men for these ladies, for these young girls. So you find that if you have a beautiful girl, you feel threatened by the Wababas. They want to take this girl from you, right? Instead of being fatherly and supporting you till marriage and right and supporting you in this relationship, they are offending you and taking away your beautiful girl, right? So, bwana, bwana. Any whereby you ought to go for advice to the Obaba, right? Asking how do you marry my girl. What do we say? It is a fear now, right? When you go and present your girl to a barber, they're able to take that girl away and keep them for themselves. Oh my goodness. I think we ought to get back to the right track as Wababas. You need to get back to your role as fathers to these children. You need to show these children the way. When these young girls come seducing to you, of course you can, I don't know, probably you can, of course, as your children, provide. But then, in the moral fabric or in the moral sense, you ought to advise these young girls concerning the right morals that they ought to pursue their young men. So right, so that we as young men, we stop struggling so much, right? It is not the lesbians we are struggling against for our young girls. Now it is Wababas. How do you struggle against that actually, right? So I mean, Wababas, we are pleading with you. We are asking of you, please, just you have got your own wives. Do not condone the seduction of young girls. Lead them to us all, or instruct them to come back to their own age, right? So because if you keep on condoning them, where are the young men going to be left at, right? Who are we going to marry? If the young girls are looking at the Wababas and they are saying this is the right option, right? I'd rather have a Mbaba and the money. So you see, so these are just young girls who ought to be your children, and it is upon you as Wababa to instruct these young girls to get back to their rightness, to their right way, to their way, right? And have actually, what do you say, and have respect for you people, because you ought to be their fathers. You ought to be their fathers, right? So, without much further ado, we plead as young men to the Wababas, please instruct the young girls to their right path. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. Thank you.